Vitae Pondera Institute of Integrative Health provides dual opportunities of private practice and accredited education through the University of Vitae Pondera College of Natural Medicine. Vitae Pondera, which means life balanced, promotes wellness through evidence-based philosophies of natural medicine.
Hey y'all, I'm Lori Vick, and I am completely humbled right now at these people that are sitting here before me. All of y'all, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to share messages that are bigger than all of us individually, but that collectively we can actually reach our full potential. We can make a difference in the world around us and all those amazing things. I want to share today my testimony with how I met Heidi and how these supplements came to be, and the journey that led between A and what I just said is we'll call B, is a miraculous thing. My son Logan will be 18 on June 30th, and he had a grand mal seizure that almost killed him 2 years ago, and he, at that time, from a naturopathic perspective, it's difficult to find someone who's willing to work with you on a child, especially that's that ill. And so Heidi and I met because that was what the universe would have us do on that day. And everything that we had ever known before we met came together in a miraculous healing over my son over the past 2 years. And we realized what a beautiful connection we really had and an ability to heal another person, not in our own right, if you will, but just to come together. That was a very powerful thing. And we addressed his endocrine system. You have the beautiful adaptive stress formula in this stack, in all the stacks, that helps everything, the uptake of everything, and takes the stress off your body. But we addressed his kidneys, his livers, all the major functions, and you have all these formulas that were accidentally tested, if you will, on someone that shows all normal numbers today, 2 years later. He is going to be a normal 18-year-old in 4 to 6 weeks, or however long June 30th is, and I love it. I love every part of it. So that being said, the other part of our journey together has been I'm in fitness. I'm a trainer. I've been a trainer for 30 years. I'm 51. And I'm currently training for my 8th bodybuilding competition. I'm going to go to nationals and go for my professional status in the industry. And I'm going as a natural athlete on all these supplements. And the only thing that, it's easy to say there's a lot of different ways to look at it, but the way I see it is, number one, there is a calling inside of me that I cannot change. I have to do it whether you're here or not. Thank you for being here and making the pain worth it. But at the same time, I feel that it also, because I'm doing it with these supplements and real food and real exercise at this stage in my life, I want to share this message for anything is possible. It doesn't have to be that, but whatever your thing is possible. And feeling amazing in your physical body is so important to connect with the vision that's within you, to be able to carry that out in your life. And I can say that because, for one, I had a juvenile diagnosis of rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune. And over the last year, I've experienced complete alleviation of those symptoms on these protocols. So before I say any more, I want to see a show of hands on the people in this room that are currently on my diet plan, because I know who y'all are. I want you to see each other. Okay, everybody just easy does it. They're like, I don't know if I want to say yes or no. And I'm so happy that y'all aren't rioting against me out of hunger. I love you all. And so is it me putting you on the spot if I ask Michael? I'm going to ask Michael to share. I would love for each of you to share a tiny bit about how you're feeling right now. You don't have to, but Michael does.
I've been on this program now. This is my 42nd day. I weighed 252 pounds when I first started. I had been in other programs, You tend to lose and you gain all the way back, and then some. That's what I did. But this program is different. It's a natural, holistic program. My family looks at me like I'm crazy because of the things that I eat, the combinations of what I eat. But just like what she said, she has a calling, I have a calling. I'm going into the ministry. I fully realize that in order to do what God had called me to do, my body has got to be in physical shape. It's got to be tuned. It has got to be ready. It has to have the strength, the endurance to do the things that I'm called to do. At 252 pounds, I could not do that. I realize that. God put me with this one. And with her and Dr. Heidi, they're guiding me to a body that I did not know possible. I'm a little bit different than some of you in respect that when I was 36, I had a brain tumor. I don't have a pituitary. No biggie. You put this together, you put that together with Dr. Heidi, and my body is responding like nothing else that has happened before. I'm 39.5 pounds down in 42 days.
Yay! That's amazing.
When I get in the pulpit now, I have the strength to bring the message that God wants the parishioners to hear. Just like you today. He's watching over me. He put these two in my path to get my body in the shape that He wants it to be.
Yes, and we reset hormones without a pituitary, if you will. So,
miracles going on.
yes, the beautiful thing about, let me just interject this, and then I please, others do share, Sherry, you're next. But let's take this as a very, for one thing, I do want to qualify something. I am not an academic speaker, not dumbing it down for anybody in my presence. I'm dumbing it down for me because that's how I think. I think in like more practical ways. So when I have all these little scenarios that I play out, that's just because that's the way my mind works. But as far as the synergistic blend between the diet plan and the supplements, if someone says, just out in the world, if you will, take turmeric for inflammation, turmeric actually is very good for inflammation, but it doesn't help if you continue to put the thing in that's polluting your body to the degree that's creating the inflammation. I mean, it's just not going to be as effective. It's kind of like a treadmill of its own making, and you wouldn't really get ahead that way. So, the synergy of the elimination diet and, changing things up and just, changing things up. We all need it. And then addressing every major function in your body at the same time. You're in such a beautiful healing state, and you're in a really efficient state because your body's burning its own fat for fuel, and it's just a beautiful piece of art. In case you can't tell, I get so excited about it. But Sherry, girl, tell it.
Okay.
Tell how you feel and where you're at.
And just to give you a little history, as a child, I was very energetic and active and whatever. And when I was in high school, I got really sick, and my body was not fighting it off. And doctors said all I could take was aspirin every 4 hours. And my saint of a mother, God bless her, got up. At midnight, at 4, at 8. Every 4 hours, she was coming giving me those aspirin because it was all I could get. But I just kept getting worse. And so finally they decided, well, she needs to go to the hospital. And what I got was massive doses of steroids. And back then, 100 pounds soaking wet, I've had a weight problem ever since. And then I continued to get worse and worse and worse. I went to mainstream medical doctors who kept telling me, oh, you're fine, in spite of my complaints about chronic insomnia, every single symptom of hypothyroidism. No matter what I did from a diet and exercise perspective, I just kept gaining weight, which was very depressing. And I didn't feel good. And so people used to make comments to me, which took me a long time to understand why they were, oh, you're eating healthy today, or you're not eating much today. And I'm like, I always eat like this. And then I realized, oh, I'm overweight, so they think I eat like, and I mean, I have my moments, but in general, I ate, pretty what was healthy. My idea of what's healthy has changed over the years, but, I try to eat healthy in right portions and all that kind of thing. So, a couple years ago, actually in 2016, I saw some lady on Facebook. It was some advertisement, really, but she piqued my curiosity, and I connected with her and paid a lot of money. She put me on some amino acid therapy, which was the beginning of my turnaround. It really, really helped me. I was apparently very deficient in a lot of amino acids, and that helped me a lot. A year later, I met Heidi. And I feel like she saved my life, because
Yes.
even though I started on amino acids, I still didn't really feel good. I didn't have, I had a protocol for a while that seemed to work, but then it wasn't everything. And I literally was praying, Lord, heal me or kill me, and I don't even care which. I'm too tired.
Yeah.
I can't even live my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I started working with Heidi, and I had already learned about all the products that are on the market today are full of known carcinogens, which is like, why is that not against the law? Known endocrine system disruptors. And so I had started, I found something that was good and healthy and more plant-based and natural, really natural, not what government says is natural, but no synthetics and stuff. And so I'd already started ditching and switching products to not be putting that stuff in my body. But so I started working with Heidi, and literally amazing difference just 2 months into working with Heidi. Today, when I first came here in May of 2017, every single gland in my endocrine system was functioning way below normal. And so her comment was like, well, no wonder you don't feel good. And that alone just made me feel so good, like, finally, somebody said something that I knew something was wrong. And then I was like, well, is there anything we can do about it? Oh, yeah, we're going to heal your body. It's like, oh, thank you, God. So today, everything's in normal, except my thyroid. It's close, but it's not quite there. And I feel better than I have felt in years. So with Heidi, I started on keto, and I lost 40 pounds, which was awesome.
Yes.
And that added to the 10 pounds I lost when I was just doing the amino acid stuff. I just lost 10 pounds, and it was like, so total of 50 pounds. But I said, it's like, my body's now used to what I'm doing.
Yes.
And it's like, we're done. I got it figured out now. No more weight loss. And so I said, I need to shake it up. I need to do something. And she's like, oh, if I got the person for you. And so I'm here meeting with Heidi, and she's Lori, I got somebody I need to. And so Lori and I started talking, and she's like, okay, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do. And so I'm day 20 on the plan, and since I've been working with Lori, I have lost a little over 10 pounds.
Yeah, almost 11 pounds. Yay. I'm so proud of you right now. Because it's not easy. It's not easy.
It's not easy.
No.
I'm really bored.
She's gone to bed a few nights hungry. She's gone to bed hungry a few nights.
I'm sick and tired of chicken.
Yeah. Well, and she gets other choices, so lest they think that you don't, but.
I'm feeling better than I have felt in years and years and years.
Good.
And it's
good.
I don't know how to, should I do this without?
No.
I don't know how to describe the dramatic change. I mean, it's taken 2 years, but dramatic change that I actually feel like I can live.
Yes.
I was just barely existing every day and muddling through every day as best I could. But now I actually feel like I can.
You can enjoy it. Yes. You have all the choices. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was awesome. And I love everything that you just said, because really that's the crux of all of it. It's just everybody has their own thing, but whatever that is, we really can't conquer if we don't feel good, even good doing it. I was thinking about something while you were talking, and then I wanted to say it before I, kind kind of forgot it, but it's really important to talk about what these formulas are and how we kind of came up with it. And I just want to say this, it would be over the course of those times working together over my son, and we started to know each other, and she started to micromanage on my own journey, just addressing health, really just addressing all the symptoms you don't want, everything. And she would say, every little symptom matters, don't keep anything from me. Let's do it, let's do this thing. So I would share with her what my current stacks were, and mine were individual pieces. So the tough part about that in my journey, and mine's no different than every other person, some way we all recreate the same stuff, and that we all cycle through different phases. There's hungry phases, there's full phases, there's sad phases and happy phases, and that all requires fuel. It all requires fuel to travel through it, on one level or another. So I would have to adjust my supplementation. It's hard to adjust it if you have one pill that's like a mega dose of something. So I presented that to Heidi, and what these things, first of all, what they are is microdosing. So every capsule has like 10, 15 things in it, let's say. You're not gonna experience any negative. I'm going to be really careful when I say any or words like that, but I'm just going to say that there's no load on your body that way. It's so beneficial. It can easily be processed. You won't develop a tolerance for it like you would with something else. And these things will actually fix it. Like your body will start to know you don't want that anymore, if it doesn't need it anymore. And it might take a year for that to happen on certain formulas, but so be it. I'm willing. I'm in it. I want to keep doing it. But I would present to her those stacks, and then the Adaptive Stress was the first one we did, and when she came with it, and this list of gorgeous ingredients, it was what Heidi always does. She takes everything and makes it beautiful, but then she always takes it one step further, or she just goes a little bit deeper, and it's beautiful. That's such a beautiful gift that you have. And this is her sharing that with all of us. So she would always put that little extra thing that I never tried, but I knew about or whatever, and just throwing it in would make such a difference. So the thing is these things all mix well together also as a result of the micro-dosing factor. Okay, so there was how many people that shared, and Sharon, do you want to say your story, girl? Because I feel your gaze like, don't put me on the spot because I have hot coffee. Well, that's what I'm trying to avoid now.
But I've known Heidi for several years. My name is Sharon, and I have been interested in holistic health and practicing it in one part or another for many years. And I recently left a practice that I was involved with because I just felt led to really take care of myself. I'm a registered nurse, and I've taken care of people for years, and my children and whatever. And in the process, I just got to where I needed to take a step back. And so, with the help of Heidi and Lori, I have accountability, I have encouragement, I have more energy to do the things now that I want to do in my life. And I also studying at the college. I'm getting my master's in vibrational medicine, and I'm really excited about everything that I'm learning and the opportunity to share the gifts with other people. So thank you for what you're doing, Lori and Heidi. I am so excited about the potential of this program and how it's going to change people's lives, because it's already affected me in a very profound way.
I want to say thank you to you for allowing me this privilege to speak into your journey, because I know I am not easy to live with right now it's true, and I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you for doing everything that I say. You are just in there, and I love it. I really get to know somebody when they let me coach them, because I'm a really hard coach. Everybody will say it's the truth. I'd be lying if I wasn't, and they'd all be like, "You're a liar." But that's just what it is. There's no words. But Sharon, as another practitioner, thank you so much for just letting me work with you. And Really, it's my privilege. So, and we've already had some fun. You know, you're down like 15 pounds or something like that, somewhere in that vicinity. We've got our journey cut out for us because when you have put other people first for so long, it is hard to transition. There is a transition phase of what does that look like for me to put me first and to find that balance. It's okay to rest. It's okay to recover. It's okay to rebuild. She asked me at one point, what is the rebuild phase? What's the science? And I was like, I don't even know, LOL. I made it up, okay. No, it's just, you know, a vision that comes to me and then I just test all the theories. So, and Terry, how long have you been training with me? Okay, almost 3 years, I think, this year. Okay, so Terry's my actual, she and her granddaughter Tyler, they are my actual clients in real life. Like, they come to the gym and I kick their tail and it's so fun. They know I love their pain. But, you know, share your story. Share your amazing story with us.
When I was 18 months old, I contracted polio. That was back in the day before the vaccine. I wasn't supposed to live, but I did. And all through my life, I've had a weak left side. I've had multiple surgeries on my left leg. I still walk with a limp. I have my whole life. I never, until I was 18 years old and the Navy wouldn't let me enlist, they said I was handicapped. I didn't believe, I didn't even know. My mother never treated me as such. The doctor told her when I was 3 years old to take that brace off and let her do whatever she wants. I got to take tap dancing lessons. I played all the sports in high school. I wasn't an athlete by no means. I fell around the track more than running around the track, but I played softball and tennis, and I just assumed I wasn't handicapped. I was just like everybody else. But the Navy said, no, we can't take you because you are handicapped. So, anyways, I went through my life doing pretty much what I wanted to do. I did become a nurse, even though vocational rehabilitation wouldn't help me financially because they said I wasn't capable of being a nurse. Well, I became a nurse anyway. I worked and put myself through school. She's not a difficult client, by the way. She never rebels against me in case you can't tell her around you. But I did what I wanted anyway, which is her style, and I love you for it so much. I just love seeing you be so bossy to everybody else. And as I got older, I am 71 this year. As I got older, nursing, I nursed for 20 years. The last 5 of it, I flew a desk because the things that were the matter with my body was catching up with me. My right side, which had compensated all my life for the weakness on my left side, the nerve endings were starting to give out. The joints were giving out. So when I retired, I was so depressed. I just can't tell you. Because I'd always done everything, anything I wanted to. And as I retired out of working, my house was spotless. You could eat eggs off the floor, because that's all I did all day long. I cleaned that little house. And it's a little house. But finally, when my youngest granddaughter, he had graduated from high school, they're in North Carolina. I've got this one with me, but the rest of my family's in North Carolina. When I came back from that trip, I saw an ad in the paper. Somebody was getting piano lessons, which I had taken piano lessons in. So I started doing that. And then my doctor sent me to physical therapy. Well, I didn't want to go because I had been in physical therapy many times through my life, and they always quit on me. It's always like, well, if he can't do that, we just can't work with him. But to make a long story pretty short, I started going to Snap Fitness, and then I found Lori. She found me, or we found each other. I think she was kind of hesitant to start working with me because I do have so many, I might not be able to do this or that, or she might hurt me if she makes me do this or that, but
That didn't last very long.
no, she did not give up on
But
me,
we
not
made
one
this right.
bit, and she has found all my weak places and has centered on making those weak things stronger. And I also went on her diet plan. When she started working with me, I was a 200-pound ball of joy.
So what did you replace your pain management with? What were you taking?
Okay, the doctors had me on tramadol, and before I was on that, I was on mega doses of ibuprofen. I was like sucking up ibuprofen
Right.
like it was candy. But they put me on tramadol, and they put me on hydrocodone and Neurontin, which is an anti-seizure medicine. I was on those medications, oh gosh, 5-6 years.
And how long did you, from the time you started Heidi's pain formula to the time you had eliminated those things from your protocol?
Well, I had eliminated the hydrocodone Ultram early on. I said, I'm not doing that anymore. And I went back to smaller doses of ibuprofen. But as far as the Neurontin, I couldn't get off of that. The pain was too intense. But Heidi's formula, I started taking it. I no longer take the Neurontin. I take Heidi's pain formula, 1 capsule at night when I go to bed. And I am, yeah, I'm not saying I'm pain-free. I don't want anybody to think that if you get into this, immediately all your aches and pains are going to. But
Yeah,
it's
but
so
it's
reduced
something that we
I
can
am-
change. That's
I'm
right. We're just
functional.
about change. That's right.
Yeah.
These things all complement anything else because it's all going to be beneficial to your body. It's not like you're covering up anything. You're uplifting your own body's ability to heal itself and to come up from wherever it is. So that when I hear all of y'all talking about that, I mean, I love that everything is so different, and yet all of us are so similar in that we all just wanted to feel better. We all just wanted to feel better. Did anybody have any questions for me while I'm standing here? Anybody that I've never worked with or anything that had any specific questions for me before I keep plugging forward?
Do you have to have medical release from the doctor in order to work with you?
If you are working with doctors and we feel that that is necessary, then yes, we're fine with that. I mean, it's going to be, that would be a case by case, I feel. If you're working with a doctor, for me in my situation, my plan, Heidi is going to be my, that's where I would ask those kinds of questions, yeah.
She can
Heidi
take that over.
has that, yes. So, because the thing about it is, it's not about what we initially put out there, whatever the first day one strict is. What really happens is it becomes your journey along the way. So even though you're doing what someone else is doing on the plan, like 4 people just share different stories on the same plan, and it becomes your real actual journey, And one thing that I know, and this is really going a lot deeper than just supplements and what we eat, y'all, but this is really how I feel about it. There is a layer of an armor that I think we build up over the course of a lifetime, which none of us are little kids, so we probably all got that. And I feel that on the elimination diet, for instance, or when we address it with formulas like the NeuroVital, which brings up your mood, instantly. And if one doesn't cut it, we can adjust that dose and really address depression at its root cause. But, you know, these things, it's those, that armor reveals a soft spot in us, I feel, that allows for better things. That it couldn't have happened had we not done the elimination or the feel better, you know, if we didn't connect on a different level. So, you know, being hungry is a lot of different things. So when you're actually hungry, Sharon, I know you really connect with what I'm saying because it's true. It's like hunger is so deep. And when you've chosen to do it, but you still feel like someone's making you, it's kind of a conflict. I know exactly what it feels like, but it's a beautiful thing on the other side because it's so revealing us to us and almost like fighting self and winning. And I know a lot of you, well, a lot of you may follow, several people said you followed me on social media when we met at the door. I can't remember who all said that, but one of the things I really want to represent, you know, because like I said earlier, I have to take the journey. I have to. And I'm just so privileged and excited that I get to share it. Because these gifts are for me, but it's kind of like in the military, you know, when you're out in the field, the rules are never use your pack on someone else that's injured or wounded or down. You always use their pack on them. If you use your pack on someone else, now if you become injured, you don't have the tools to help yourself. And these gifts are for me, and these tools are for me to use to reach out however that is, but that's for each of us. We all get them, receive the tools, and keep going, and it's a beautiful thing. So that being said, I feel like I've covered a lot. Heidi, do you help me think about what else I want to...
So well.
Are you okay with everything I'm saying? Okay.
Okay, so if you're going to work with me remote, and yet I need the diet plan too, how soon do they both get started? Do they get started at the same time?
You mean just what's the process to get started? Mm-hmm. Well, I have everything set up where PayPal is the best payment option for remote clients. And texting, I choose texting because it's more intimate in my world. And so that's, you know, there's certain situations where that may not work, but it's really going to work best for my workflow because I'm prepping for a competition, and you don't have to be prepping for a competition, but I'm hungry too. So I want to make sure everybody's right there with me. Like, I don't want to leave somebody out there hungry. You know, somebody that wants a burger tonight that deserves it and earns it. And I mean, you got to refuel along the journey, and I just really want to make sure I really bring you along in my life with me, or if it got bigger than that, my integrity for what I want to do wouldn't really work out for me, if that makes sense. I may have addressed a different question than you had, but, you know, I take it case by case. Like, I'm very in touch with my clientele, and we're connected forever. They all might be going, dang it, we know this now. But we're connected forever. So if we work together, I mean, like I said, the gifts are for me, girl. I'm just as excited about your transformation. It's part of my journey too.
There's a text every day.
Hey,
I love it.
And that's so good. You know what? This is actually so good because I do want to say this too. We have daily check-in, and you know, it's a 12-week program as far as working with me goes, and the supplements and the diet together. A synergistic program, like we said. We really need. It's a beautiful thing if we have them as a pair. Everything works a lot faster. You get a lot better results. It's not about the numbers on a scale, although that is a tool that we use for me to know different things like how much water you retain over certain foods, or, you know, water's fuel, we have to have it. There's different things I assess with those numbers, and you're going to feel, I think a lot of times we feel like it's cumbersome. You've checked in with me every day and she doesn't even care, or she doesn't, you know, I know, because we just get hungry and we go through these thoughts, you know, we just do. We say, why are we even doing this? What's the point? And that's called transition. For the women who have babies, that's transition. So once you get past it, something happens exciting, but it's during the middle that you're like, why am I here? But
Do most of your clients go to Snap Fitness?
no, I actually, there's my special ones are there. I actually am a private, I work for the Carvers as their primary trainer, so really that's where I'm at right now more than anything. But, I have clients at Snap, and I have more online clientele and clientele here than actual training clients. I can do it, but, I take that case by case as well. I'm about the transformation, and I want everyone to have a fast transformation. I don't want to drag it out. We don't have time. We just got to get our things.
My 40 pounds have come off
Yes.
using these wonderful supplements, the diet plan, and walking 15 minutes a day.
Yeah, that's a good point, Michael, that I do want to address too. In the first 30 days, there's no exercise. And I don't mean that in a negative thing against exercise, y'all, because I'm about exercise. But there is a resting of adrenals, which, if you were an athlete and you came to me, and I mean that you were an elite athlete in training already, then we would certainly treat that as such. I would respect what that was. But resting the adrenals is something that I've seen results over for years. I've been training for 31 years or something like that. And I mean, I've tested a lot of theories, and this is the culmination of all that stuff. To get it fast, because why would I drag it out for y'all when I suffered through it for a lot of years going, which direction and stuff like that, which what I love about it, what the truth is about it is it's finding balance in the journey. And build and burn is not good for me anymore. That was fun 20 years ago, but now it's very detrimental. So it's almost like a habit that has to be broken. And if I can, because I'm learning those lessons on a daily basis in the trenches with myself. And that is what I'm sharing when I'm coaching clients, is what I'm learning on a daily basis. So the plan's going to change, and if you took it 6 months ago, it might be a little different now, but that should be on anything that's good and strong. It should be growth. We should see growth.
The other thing that I like, the connection between these two, is transparent. I'll send a text to both of them. I say, this is going on. What can we do? They immediately put their heads together and they make a change. And they made a change within the first 2 weeks. Well, we don't talk about this, but we'll talk about it now. My body was going through mega changes with hormones because I have nothing to regulate that. And the supplements are regulating my hormones. Well, I had constipation during the first 2 weeks. I said, hey, I'm having problems with it. They adjusted things, and I hadn't had a moment's problem since. Well, that's
Digestive enzyme formula is good, and liver enzyme formula, yeah. And that's what we did. That's the thing. There's no symptom that you don't want to address along the way. I tell my people, don't suffer in silence, y'all. Tell me. So you can, if nothing else, you can get support that you're not alone, or this is normal or typical how you're feeling, or whatever it is. So the first 30 days is elimination. That's kind of what everybody wants to know. Keto isn't like a catch buzzword. I know it's on like packages and stuff like that, but it's so ancient. It's an ancient way of eating. It's an ancient way of, it's a primal way of being in this body. For it to burn its own body fat as fuel is a much more efficient way. So, that when we talk about the keto diet, there's really not the keto diet. It's achieving ketosis in your body or a ketogenic state in your body and balancing it in a healthy way. So that in the beginning, it's difficult to make that transition, but by the end of 12 weeks, my goal for y'all is that you would be eating all the carbs and all the good fats, and that you would exercise if that's what you want. Honestly, I've never given anyone a choice because I really don't think we can stay healthy without some form of it. And I actually have an at-home plan that I send you as part of this plan. So you can do it at home. You don't have to go to the gym, and that makes it consistent. Now we've got consistency. And it's got videos that I made with it. They're pretty old, but I mean, you know, they still do the exercise right. It's a little, you know, video library that goes with the exercises. But that being said, by the end of the plan, I want you to be able to do that stuff and not dread it, but look forward to it. And I don't mean train crazy, but it's just some fun little at home. I mean, girl, I know you're sore, so you're like, okay, fun. She said it would be fun. But it is not, it's kind of not too boring. It's kind of mixes it up. He's coming. He's coming. Yeah, I know. She wants it. She begs for it. If I don't feel sick, it's not good enough. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? I love you so much. I can't wait. So, but that, you know, and those goals are realistic goals. Those are good. Those are positive goals, that you're going to eat more and feel better, and that you'll be in a fat burning phase during that time. And then all these things, I just want to say that, yes, we have them separated into stacks. Like the current stack that I would use in phase 1 is really where, you know, we're just kind of addressing the beginning of the healing. Phase 2 is a rebuilding phase. And phase 3, really, that's kind of dependent on where the person is. That one actually changes a little bit in the plan, as far as there are 2 things, the NeuroVital and the Adaptostress, that I want in all 3 phases, because even if we were taking 6 formulas, which I do sometimes for my current journey, I think I've got like 8 formulas in my protocol, which they're all so important. One of them is high doses of collagen, which has changed my life in crazy ways. But, you know, everything also, even if we're just talking about the formulas themselves, they're also put together in a synergistic way. So those 2 formulas I referred to, those are in all the stacks, because I have found in my own journey, my own life, that's the stuff that helps everything else work better, if that makes sense. You know, the uptake is more effective. The other thing I wanted to say too, people ask me this question a lot. You know, if we take the supplements, is our results sustainable? Do we have to keep taking them to keep the results? No, the answer is no, and that's so exciting that I can say that, because that's not true with most supplement lines or anything. This isn't even a line, y'all. This is food for your body, and this is really what's working in my life, and it really worked in my family's life. So I've tested every single thing. I've been a junkie on all the formulas just to make sure before I would say, you know, this is good, or, you know, whatever. We've tested everything. So, but that being said, all these things are put together, you know, in a certain order, if you will. Phase 1, like I said, is going to address, like, I guess, liver. We've got, I'm going to sidetrack here for just a minute. There are other symptoms that other issues like attention, focus. Yeah, Tyler, am I on the right track? It just came to me. It was like a lightning bolt. You must have sent me that message, because yes, do you want to, what you took was the Adaptostress and the NeuroVital. And was it just those 2 things? And how did you feel immediately on your first dose?
I could actually focus on things. Like, my mind runs about 1,000 miles an hour about 4 different ways. And I also have depression. I started taking that. My moods are a lot better. I don't have the depression so much. And I can actually stop, think, process it,
Yep.
and do things without being scattered everywhere.
I love it.
It helps a lot. And I don't have to take it all the time, even though I like to take it all the time.
Right, right. Yes, and it's beneficial, yeah.
But even like if I go with a week out, I still feel it. It
Yes,
helps me in the long run.
yes. So the effects are lasting, is what you're saying.
It has a lingering effect.
Yes.
I experience it too.
Good, that's beautiful. Okay, I love it.
Not a bad thing. It's a good
There's a
lingering
little,
effect.
there's a bit of a, when you're taking it and you're taking it therapeutically on, you know, for some real intense issues. I find that there's a grace period. If you forget it a couple of days, you have a grace period.
It's
when
true.
You get back on it, and you just seamlessly just.
So what you're saying, what I hear you both saying, and is that it's not like you're addicted to, like your body's not addicted to it, like caffeine. You get a headache. I mean, I'm not picking on caffeine, y'all. I love coffee. Okay, it's life. But, but you know, if you don't drink it and you have you might have a headache, or there's different things that manipulate energy. These things actually allow your body to find what it needs to create its own energy, which is an unlimited amount of energy in the end, if it's done right. I mean, that's our goal.
It just came to me.
Do it. Say it. I love it.
It's between a stimulant and a catalyst.
Yes.
A stimulant is a synthetic manipulation.
Yes.
A catalyst jumpstarts your body's own response.
Yes.
And that's why you have that lasting effect. And I can say too, with myself, through all of my thing with seizures and the whole, it's been like a 20-year journey. I don't have to take anything for my seizures anymore, because 20 years ago I was able to formulate my own protocols similar to this that retrained my brain to balance its own chemistry. And that's the beauty of these. And now today I take nothing for seizures. I was having 12 grand mal seizures a day.
Which is amazing.
A day. I had suffered over 50,000 grand mal seizures in a 35-year period. I did the math.
Yeah.
Because I was laying there looking at the ceiling and I couldn't move. And I thought, how many seizures have I had, and how many am I going to have before I die again? And already had the near-death experience. So, point being, back to your thing. These are designed to help regulate, and who knows how long your individual system will need.
Right.
You don't know, and it doesn't matter.
That's right.
You just take it until, and you don't worry about it. You just take it until, right?
That's what you've always said. I love it, because I get that. Take it until. It's freedom.
So is coffee out?
No, girl, no. You will get booed out of the room. She's like, no.
I tell you, coffee is a medicine.
Coffee's life. We love coffee.
Bad rap, doesn't it?
It does.
Unfair.
I am a coon ass from South Louisiana. I drink coffee.
It's
chicory.
okay.
My hair is naturally curly because of the chicory.
Well, one thing I want to say too is like, we're not here to I am not here to take away everybody's stuff. That's not the thing. And if someone comes to me and they're going to pick apart what's what and that, I'm scared you won't like it. So, I mean, if it was, no, girl, I would never take your coffee because I can't give it up in my life. But, yes, someone here.
Everything you'll read will say, oh, coffee's the problem with seizures. No. And
It's
I was
calming.
able to discover that against everybody else's advice.
Yeah.
But you have to treat it very individually. So you can.
I want to hear your question. Did you have a question?
I do.
I want to hear it.
I'm new to all this.
Yes.
So
Is this?
I'm not quite understanding a lot of the terminology.
Okay.
So, what is the plan? What do you
That is a good question. Well, okay, that's a really good question. And I'm sorry if I didn't address it very well, because everybody that's not on it is going to go, what are you talking about? Yeah, my plan. Well, our plan together, I'm just saying, when I say mine, I mean, I'm a baby part of a giant plan, which is with Heidi. So when you check in for me, that's a 12-week time, but working with Heidi, that's what the individual comes in, is like each individual healing is what we were talking about. So my plan is a diet plan for 12 weeks that allows you to go into a ketogenic state in your body. We do like allergy elimination. We add things back in so you see what you feel amazing on. I've had 30 years in fitness, so that's where I come to the table with that, and I live it. So, and I really do this stuff. So, I mean, that's where my coaching angle comes from, you know, as far as being able to speak into someone else's journey like that. But during that 12-week phase, every 30 days has its own phase of supplements. That's what Heidi and I did together. When we came together and realized what we both did could be a beautiful thing, that's where this all happened.
Okay.
And
is that different than what Heidi does? Or is that for
these
weight loss?
supplements are put together here at Heidi's place, and we sell them as individual formulas. And each formula has like several different ingredients in it, and that's where the microdosing comes in. So there's amino acids, there's different formulas for different things, all for major systems, endocrine. But what we're achieving, y'all, is hormone balance. And I'm 51 and I take no hormone replacement therapy whatsoever from a synthetic standpoint. My hormone replacement therapy has been developed from this line of supplements. So there's different stacks for different things, different combinations for different things. But what we've really found together is if we do the diet plan together with a, you know, kind of a baseline round of supplements, which is 4 formulas that we decided. Liver, we really want to address liver. It helps speed up the weight loss. What we see is about 20 pounds in 30 days, about 15 to 20 pounds in 30 days. 15 pounds is less painful. 25 pounds is a lot more painful, but but you have to choose that, because some people have different expenditures of energy in their lives, you know what I mean? And that's another reason that I feel qualified to do it, only because I'm living it with you. And like I said, I wouldn't want to be, I have a coach also for my current journey, and I mean, I would never want to leave you guys out there hungry, like waiting, not knowing, and you know, you want someone who's available to you. Also with Heidi, if you're under our care, let's say, in the ways that I'm talking about right now, you know, if you have other symptoms, if you have any other symptoms, she's also that available as we go along. It's not, you know, she's a doctor, she has patients and everything, and you've always been so available to me, and I love you forever for that, you know, but she's that available to all of us. And that's so important, because these are very personal decisions that you know, you have to trust them. I'm that way. I need to trust someone. But yes, that's actually what we're talking about when we talk about the plan, is just resetting hormones, weight loss. Over the course of 12 weeks, we usually see, well, Michael, you're at 40 pounds down in how long?
42 days.
So that's very rapid. He's very rigid. He does everything. I mean, he just is very rigid. That's just how it works for him, and that's exactly what he does. I mean, we all have to find our way. I'm a slow learner. I'm really slow. So, you know what? Normal bodybuilders prepare for a competition for 12 weeks. I'm a 20-weeker. That's because for 8 weeks I gotta get my mind right. It's not because I don't have the plan. But that being said, since I know what that struggle feels like, to get you and guide you for 12 weeks, it's good that you have me to push. You know, we all need that, and that's what I was saying earlier. Yes, Sharon, please.
I just wanted to share that I came in a little bit late, so stop me, Heidi, if you address this. But the core value of Heidi's practice, and then this along what Lori's doing, is really restoring your body to its natural state.
Yes.
Because our body has been affected by bad food and chemicals and environment and blah, blah, blah. And
yes.
There's so much in the media and in the news, conflicting information about, well, do this and you'll
yes.
be great, or do this and you'll have good digestion, or whatever your symptom is. You know, traditional medicine treats with symptoms
yes.
with pills. So this is really a process, no matter which direction, you know, if you just go to Heidi to just overall wellness.
Yes.
Lori's plan is just to, for those who are struggling with weight loss, which a lot of times has to do with hormone reset.
Well, and the ketogenic state clears the body to receive everything, so it actually puts it in a healing state that it wasn't in prior to that.
Yes.
That's so those are all really good points. Thank you for sharing that, because
Well,
that's
yes,
good.
It's different. You can go to a lot of different places that say they're holistic, and there are bits and pieces that different people are doing that are valuable. But the thing about Heidi's work, Lori's work, is it heals you from the inside out. It gets to the root cause, and you know, you're not just throwing good supplements at symptoms. You're healing your body.
That's right. You're not just throwing one thing on top of another.
I can tell so much of a difference. Now, I do not have a pituitary. At 36, I had a fro. My hair was really tightly curled naturally. I didn't do anything to it. God made me that way. After the pituitary tumor, my hair was completely straight. You don't realize this, but last year when you saw me, my hair was straight. You see the curls that's coming back in my hair? The waves? This is from the supplements.
I love
This
it.
is naturally occurring.
That's awesome.
My curl is coming back
Aw.
in. My body is healing from the
That's
inside.
awesome.
I want to say something about that.
Yes.
This just is so exciting to me. People do not realize that the DNA is so intelligent.
Yes.
That DNA can be repaired.
Yes.
We are so pounded in our brains from all the other medical resources that we have available in our culture that it takes high level stem cell research and all of this to even penetrate the effects within the DNA. The DNA doesn't need it because it's already got the intelligence in it to repair itself. And what you have experienced is a healing,
Yep.
Of the DNA.
a regulation back of the DNA.
Yep. You know, that's a good.
That will not happen with other supplements and other programs. I've experienced another program. You miss one dose and you can tell, medically you can tell that you have missed the dose. With this, it's not that way.
I believe that's what happened with my seizure. I believe that there has been a repair
Yes.
within my DNA. And I don't know if this is an appropriate time to say this, but I want to address Lori's ability to manage ketosis and the keto diet. Keto diet has been around forever. It actually is about 80 years old. And they first used it in condition repair. Back in the day, they used it on children with epilepsy. When I was 40 years old and having totally in a vegetative state of massive seizures, I could not find a neurologist that would work with me with a ketogenic diet because I was an adult, not a child. Well, I got a little bit angry. I got really angry, and I said, okay, if you're not going to work with me, I don't need you. I don't need you. I'll do this myself. And so what I was able to identify is a bacon fat, butter-ridden ketogenic diet was not for me. I knew that I needed to feed my brain with something a little more substantial. So I put myself on a ketogenic diet using fish oil instead of butter and bacon fat. And guess what? The rest is history.
Yeah.
What I love about Lori's plan is that she's able to individualize ketogenic process in more than one way, because you and I both know there's 5 or 6, 7, 8 different ways to do a ketogenic diet. There is not one ketogenic diet.
True.
It is not about a ketogenic diet. It's about putting your body in ketosis.
Yes, so that we can heal it. That's right.
Many ways,
Yes.
many ways.
That's a
And
beautiful
Lori
thing.
has this wonderful ability to be able to individualize ketosis
I love it.
depending on what your individual needs are.
That's it. I love that you're saying that. And I love it that it's actually true. And I couldn't tell you exactly how I do it with each person, but it's always a gut feeling that's it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I have to work about 50 to 60 hours a week in my job that I currently have. It's a pretty high pressure job. I have to travel a lot. And even through all this, I've been able to sustain the program, and it works.
Good. That's a good point. Well, the formulas that we have, I just wanted to address a few of the formulas we have. One of them is an HGH catalyst, human growth hormone catalyst. That has really changed. I have been changed in so many ways as of recent. But HGH Catalyst is amazing formula. It increases your blood flow to your brain. Heidi, you'll have to tell me if I'm missing anything or whatever. But I think that as far as everything else that's going on in your body, HGH Catalyst, the human growth hormone, increasing that is going to help everything work faster, if you will. I also take it as a pre-workout if I have somebody that's in an athlete training phase, or if they just like to work out. I have several that, bike and do work, they do their sports. HGH Catalyst is an amazing pre-workout. Also an amazing post-workout for growth and change. The NeuroVital and the Adaptive Stress, we talked about those two things earlier. Those address every major system in your endocrine system. So that's really where the basis of hormone balance begins. And it addresses depression symptoms, it addresses mental focus, it addresses physical energy. And like we talked about earlier, if you don't have the right dose, we can adjust it. If one thing isn't enough, we can add to it because they work together. And since it's micro dosing, we can put 7 formulas together in one I do that in one, area surrounding my day to address all these different symptoms. And that's not like the good thing about supplementation on an herbal level, is that you're not married to a certain way of doing it. You're not going to mess it up if you don't do it this. You don't have to look to the rest of your days and be like, I've got to take 7 pills a day for the rest of my life or whatever to keep feeling like this. That's not it at all. So if we mix it up along the way, that is just, we can address everything that way. And there are just a few that come up underneath it and support all the things. There's a formula in here called Testazone. It's one of my favorites. It has, it's actually a rebuild. It's going to add in DHEA. Your body shuts that down many times, and it's because, I am not going to get into the nuts and bolts of those things because I need to stay in my lane. I know what I know, but I don't want to address things that I get too deep and you have questions that need to go to Heidi. But I will say this, our bodies stop doing the things that they were created to do because of the things we discussed earlier, that is things that pollute the system, environmental things. I'm chemical free down to my nail polish. And don't look at it. Don't look at it. But you can know this, that I don't use regular nail polish. I order it off the internet at a special place. They ship it to me because I can't have the chemicals in my, because I feel that to clear up the symptoms of a disease like RA when it's already in there, for me in my life, it has involved eliminating every chemical, all the things. And I'm having a shirt that says, do all the things. Because that's what we're doing, and that's really what Heidi and I are doing. That's the crux of the plan, is that do all the things, because only one thing is not going to work. Only one pill, only one diet plan, only one coach, only one mentor, only one is not going to heal something that's already broken. And most of us have something broken. I mean, there's whatever the symptom is, it can be addressed, and why not? That's how I feel about it. I just want to feel amazing as long as I can, and I really want to make sure that I gear my life around my goals and not my limitations. And that's really the message that I want to give over to all of you that is what we're doing. We are gearing life around our goals. So if your goal is to feel better in one area or another, we've got you. I mean, you know, everybody's going to do their best here, and if they don't know it, they're going to say it, and we're going to have each other to rely on. So if you have any questions for me now, I'm going to let you ask questions. Yes, do it.
The keto diet scares me.
Yes.
It's so high in calories, and then I ultimately cheat, and then I'm stuck with all these calories in my system.
Right, and that's not the plan that I write, is not that. That's completely opposite from what I'm having. So they would actually love it to be really high in calories. Girls are like, hey, I want that keto diet. No, but you know what? I'm happy to answer all the questions. You know, I want to answer all the questions when we're done or whatever. I do want to make time because I really want to hear what Amanda has to say. And so I just wanted to cover one more thing before I am going to turn that over to my beautiful friend. Okay, so the thing is I eat prepared meals so that I can stay on my diet plan. It's not good if I am trying to achieve a result, whatever that is in my life, and there are seasons. There are seasons for all things, y'all. And one of the things I really want that message out there strong is that we have to ebb and flow with the seasons. So this is not a restriction thing. This is not a count the scale number thing. That's a tool, but do all the things is find and balance and living our lives to the best in our life, whatever that looks like. So, but the goal right now for me is to not be unbridled in the kitchen when I'm hungry, because that's when it's like free reign. Oh, you know, I'll have. But I mean, you know, I love that I have the privilege to conquer self on a regular. One of the ways I do that is, I'm just telling you how it is, y'all. I have 2 teenage boys, and my Lexi eats my food. And in order for that yummy food that they, you know, they're like, that's your food. We want real food over here, you know. So they want lasagna, and they want chicken pot pie, and they want boy food. They want meatloaf and stuff like that. So this girl right here, she's like a block away from us right now. Okay, and she made fat bombs for you guys, and I actually have her cards, and she listed what she put in them. And the reason I'm saying this, Samantha, she's making all my prep meals. So she's making all my meals that are weighed out. I don't use any seasonings right now because I'm 11 weeks from a competition, and I want to win. I want to win. So I'm doing it on purpose. But whatever you would want, she can do it. And you can trust her. She uses organic ingredients. I'm really picky. It's hard for me to turn that over. And then on the other side of that, she's like making 2 apple pies a week for my boys, and you know, everything really awesome like that. So I'll just keep putting those foods in individual containers, and then I freeze them. So there's like a backup for the future for them. So anyway, her stuff's over here, and I wanted to draw attention to it. She donated this stuff for us, and she put what she put in it so we would know if you had any allergens or whatever, but it's all good stuff. Good fat, you have to have fat to burn fat. Don't forget that. Every cell has fat and needs fat, so fat is not the enemy.
Give us a call today at 903-569-9913 or visit us at vitaepondera.com and vpcnm.org for personalized guidance in your health and life management goals.